This week's biggest college basketball headlines off the court were created 350 miles south of here in Lexington, Kentucky, where John Calipari was named the new head coach of the Wildcats on Wednesday. And Coach Cal joins us now. Number one, welcome. Number two, congratulations. Let me ask you, when you make a big transition like this, what's number one on your to-do list?
Well, first of all, you got to be with your own team back in Memphis to tell them what's going on, and I did. I've made about 70 calls back to people in Memphis to thank them for all that they did for our family and the program. And then you got to get down to Kentucky and say, let's get started. And we practiced and we looked at our players and we're having meetings to try to figure everything out.
Well, you know, it's interesting you mentioned it. A lot of people don't realize you guys have had an opportunity to practice, which allows you to do some evaluation. There's going to be a little bit of a scholarship issue for you for next season. Where are you at in that process?
Well, there's no scholarship issue right now, and I think what we're going to do is evaluate guys. All these players want to be pros. They want to play. We just got to make sure in the dribble drive, motion offense, that they can play because they want to play basketball. I don't want anybody that is there that's miserable in February because they're not playing.
John, I know that you're sensitive to a lot of the larger issues in the economy right now, and Miles Brand, the NCAA president, made a comment about just the concern about these astronomical coaches' salaries. Your contract is worth over $30 million. What do you say at a time when schools are cutting programs, cutting costs, laying off teachers? We look in the paper and we see they just signed a coach for $30 million.
Well, let me just say this, first of all. I pray every day for Miles Brand. I feel bad for what he's going through, and I really respect how he's led the NCAA. I really do. But I didn't get into this for money. I got into it because I love it. I worked a 5-star camp for Howard Garfinkel, made $70 a week, and they took out 50 cents every time I had a Coke. That's not why I did it, but I'm living the American dream right now. And chasing success is a good thing. Now, my wife and I are good stewards of this blessing because we've been blessed, but we've shared. We'll continue to share. But I say to everybody, don't be afraid of success. Chase it. These things happen, but we'll be good stewards. We're going to support Memphis and Lexington with these blessings that we've been given.
Coach, give us your overview of this first game coming up. How do you see it playing out?
Wow. I'm going to tell you, first of all, I'm mad we're not here with my old team. But I'm telling you, you've got teams in this that all have their own little thing. One team has to play that open game. One team has to play in that half court. And I think what you're going to have, one team trying to beat somebody on the dribble. The other team's going to rely a lot on three-point shots. And that's what's making this Final Four so unpredictable. It's not going to flow like everybody thinks.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about, you talk about the two matchups, but in the first game in particular, you've had an opportunity, obviously, to see Michigan State and UConn up close. What do you think is going to be key for Michigan State playing in front of their home crowd?
Well, they're going to have that advantage. But I'm telling you, Connecticut is an unbelievable team. I think what you'll see is Michigan State is going to try to take the beat and bring him out on the floor. They have to. If he's standing under the basket, you're going to have troubles. And I also think this is a game that you've got to make some jump shots. You can't do what we did in the tournament against Missouri and go 0 for 13. Not happening. Not in this kind of game. So they're gonna rely on making shots. But here's the other thing. I love the way they speed the ball up the court. If they can get 4 or 5 buckets a game doing that in the half, I mean, they're gonna be in there. It's gonna be interesting.
How about game 2, real quickly? What do you see?
Villanova's gonna try to beat them on the dribble. Villanova's got to get back and make Carolina play in the half court. If it's an up and down game, Carolina wins going away. If they let them, and Jay's done a great job, by the way, get them to play in that half court, you got a chance. And they're going to try to beat all 5 guys off the dribble. And a guard play in this tournament, as you know, you were skinny, by the way. I didn't realize you were that skinny.
He's still skinny.
He's still really skinny. But guard play in this tournament is what it's about. And Villanova has very, very good guards.
Okay, Coach, thanks for taking the time to join us. We wish you all the best. We'll be watching. Everybody will be watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach John Calipari.